everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight for my speech for my college class. Tonight I'm going to be talking to you about safety and PPE that we wear in the fire service. As you guys know, I'm a firefighter, and the firefighter's main job is safety. We look out for safety for ourselves and safety for everybody else. To do so, we obviously have to protect ourselves, and we do that by wearing PPE. Just like the helmets you guys are all wearing, we all wear helmets as well to protect our heads. These helmets, although these are toys that we pass out to the kids, the helmets are this shape for a reason. The crown of the helmet is made just like a hard hat. So underneath the helmet, it actually has suspension, so that if anything comes crashing down, the helmet's going to absorb the blow, obviously, so that it protects our neck and our head. And most people don't realize that our hats are worn backwards, I guess, with our badges out. The reason is being when you're in a fire, you're consistently spraying water everywhere, and there's stuff falling down, debris, and the water is really hot once it comes down after it gets into the warm atmosphere. So what that does is when the water comes down and it hits the crown, it usually there's a lip around the brim, so it just follows the brim and it comes off the back. So that's one of the most important things that we always have to wear. We always wear a helmet and we wear our gloves. Even when we're doing training, we don't wear a coat and pants. The next prop I'm going to show you are the gloves. Now these aren't firefighting gloves, but these are gloves that I use for extrication. So an extrication obviously is when a person or object needs to be assisted out of a vehicle by mechanical force. So you want to wear PPE to protect your hands, obviously, and your head. So we're going to wear the helmet always anytime we're on scene or training for that incident. But the gloves that we use, they have to be made out of certain material. These are made out of like a latex and rubber coating. So these work good for waterproofing and things like that. So if there is any type of mud, water, blood, anything like that, you're protected from those things using these type of gloves. The extrication gloves that I use are actually made with a Kevlar mesh, so that glass doesn't penetrate them easily, and I don't have to worry about any type of cuts or glass sticking in them. Another type of PPE that we wear are bunker coats, and I don't have any type of my firefighter gear here at home, or I would show you those, but I can explain to you using just everyday cold wear. So this coat here, everyone's pretty familiar with the feel and the job of a Carhartt. It's very rugged. It can withstand abrasions easily, and it keeps you warm. Unlike what most people think, firefighting coats, bunker coats, they don't keep us warm, they keep us cold or cool. So you take the outside layer of this Carhartt, and that's what the outside layer of our bunker gear is like. It's very rough, it's not going to tear, and it's fire retardant to a certain temperature. Inside that rough layer, we have this very thin moisture barrier, and I have a coat here it's real thin. It's good for rain and things like that because it wickens the water. Water doesn't soak into this unless it's just submerged. And the second layer to our bunker gear, both pants and jacket, does the same thing. It's that moisture barrier so that we don't absorb any water that we're spraying on the house or anything. But it's also good so that we don't get steam burnt. So that if our bunker gear would absorb that moisture, then with the heat of the atmosphere, we would in turn be getting steam burnt more so than what we should. And the last part of the bunker gear, that is the third layer. It's kind of like the inside of the Carhartt here, which would just be like your everyday jacket. It's mainly cotton. Probably got a little bit of polyester, not much, mainly cotton, because cotton burns at a high rate. So it makes it comfortable. But once we're inside of a house, house fire, we want to stay cool. We don't want to get too hot too quickly. So our PPE helps us do that. Like I said, from helmet, gloves, bunker coat, and bunker pants, they keep us safe when we're in an extreme environment. Because like I was kind of talking to you guys earlier, we're in extreme conditions, especially in a house fire. But a house fire, I don't know if you know, can go from anywhere from room temperature to 1500 degrees. So our bunker gear has to be able to withstand those heats and not fail. You know, unfortunately, our oxygen, our air mask, and things like that we wear over our face, they fail much sooner than our bunker gear do. So it's kind of it's good. Bunker gear is getting very advanced for the age, and we're being able to go into hotter fires. But it's also kind of dangerous because we don't realize the heat as quickly, and our vital pieces like our mask, they fail sooner. So thank you for joining me tonight. In conclusion, I just wanted to reiterate that safety is always a prime aspect for the fire service, and we have to make sure to wear our PPE properly, helmets, glove, and bunker gear before we go into any type of incident. It's the only thing that keeps us safe from harsh environments. So I hope that you guys learned a little bit about bunker gear and its role in the fire service. Thank you.
Where are you at?